Hello friends and welcome to Pendulum Video. Today we'll be discussing daily current affairs of 27 June 2020. So quickly join the session and also ask your friends to join the session. And those who have not subscribed to our channel Pendulum Video, please subscribe it and do not forget to press the bell icon to receive notification. Let's see. First news is Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched the Atmanirbhar Uttar Pradesh Employment or Rozgar Abhiyan. And various districts of UP will be connected through this program using the common service centers and Krishi Vigyan Kendras. And this is a unique initiative which aims to provide employment to the migrant laborers who have returned to Uttar Pradesh. And this campaign focuses mainly on three aspects, that is to provide employment, to promote local entrepreneurship, and partnering with industrial associations and other organizations to provide employment opportunities. And as we all know that due to COVID-19 pandemic and consequent lockdown, about 30 lakh laborers have returned to Uttar Pradesh from different parts of the country, and there are 31 such districts in the state where more than 25,000 laborers have returned to their homes. Talking about Uttar Pradesh, so tell me, who is the current Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh? Comment quickly, it is very easy. Yes, Yogi Adityanath. And governor, who is the current governor of Uttar Pradesh? Anandiben Patel. How many Lok Sabha seats are there in Uttar Pradesh? Comment quickly. Yes, 80. And Rajya Sabha seat? Yes, 31. And what is the capital of Uttar Pradesh? Very easy. We all know. Lucknow. Now moving to the question part. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched Atmanirbhar Rozgar Abhiyan in which of the following state? Comment quickly the correct answer. What will be the correct answer? Madhya Pradesh, Kerala, Uttar Pradesh and Rajasthan. Yes, the correct answer is option C, that is Uttar Pradesh. Moving to the next news. Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh released IAS Civil List 2020 and also its e-version was launched. This was the 65th edition of IAS Civil List and second edition of the e-civil list, and this list aims to select the right officer for the right assignment based on their profile. And also this IAS civil list, it is an important source of information for people about the officials who hold various positions. And also there is a proposal for the setting up of National Recruitment Agency which aims to make recruitment process effective for subordinate rank post in the government. For this, a computer-based online eligibility test will be conducted for the recruitment to non-gazetted post with examination centers in each district. And also this National Recruitment Agency, it will reduce the workload of Staff Selection Commission and Institute of Banking Personnel Selection IBPS for the various posts for which Commission and also IBPS they work. Their workload will be reduced after the formation of this National Recruitment Agency. Moving to the question part, recently Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh has released which edition of IAS Civil List in New Delhi? What will be the correct answer? Comment quickly. 65th, 63rd, 67th and 61st. Yes, the correct answer will be option A, that is 65th. Moving to the next news. 5th anniversary of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban Smart Cities Mission and Atal Mission for Rejuvenation and Urban Transformation Mission Amrit. So on this occasion, Housing and Urban Affairs Minister Hardeep Singh Puri said that under the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban, more than 1 crore houses have been approved. And out of these 1 crore houses, 65 lakh houses construction work is going on, and for 33 lakh houses they have been made completely and given to beneficiaries. Talking about Atal Renewable and Urban Transformation Mission, that is Amrut. This will be Atal Mission for Rejuvenation. Atal Mission for Rejuvenation and Urban Transformation. This is Amrit. So it was launched in June 2015 by Prime Minister of India, and this focuses on establishing infrastructure that could ensure a sufficiently strong sewage network and water supply for urban transformation by implementing urban regeneration or renewal projects. The scheme also aims to provide Pakka houses to all eligible beneficiaries of India by 2022. And Smart Cities Mission, it is also one of the mission of Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. So this Smart Cities Mission, for this Smart Cities is not defined based on a universal definition, but Smart Cities means there should be smart streets, or you can say smart waste management. There should be smart energy installed with smart meters, renewable sources of energy, then smart water, that is water management is required, and also smart governance. This is an important aspect, that connectivity and accessibility to people, like their grievance should be redressed as simply as possible, and all the facilities are available online, they can access through internet. So such type of things if present, then a particular city is called Smart Cities Mission. And within the 5 years of this Smart Cities Mission, total 100 cities have been identified to be converted into smart cities. Talking about Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban. So this is also a scheme which was launched in 2015, and it aims to provide housing for all by 2022. So this is the aim of this Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban scheme. Moving to the question part, in which year was the Atal Mission for Rejuvenation and Urban Transformation started? Comment quickly. 2018, 2016, 2019 and 2015. So what will be the correct answer? Yes, option D, that is 2015. Moving to the next news. Launch of e-blood services mobile app of Indian Red Cross Society. Recently, our Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan launched e-blood services mobile app, and this mobile app was developed by Center for Development of Advanced Computing, or CDAC. Its e-blood team developed this mobile app, and this CDAC is under the Digital India scheme, which was launched in 2015 by Prime Minister. And through this app, 4 units of blood can be demanded at a time. So this is an important fact, that 4 units of blood will be demanded through this app. And talking about Indian Red Cross Society, it is voluntary humanitarian organization to protect human life and health. It is part of International Red Cross and Red Crescent movement. This was founded in 1920. Its headquarters are located in New Delhi. And it is known that Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan is the chairman of Indian Red Cross Society. Moving to the question part, where is the headquarters of Indian Red Cross Society located? So where it is located? New Delhi, Kolkata, Mumbai and Chennai. Guys, hit the like button and keep commenting the correct answer. New Delhi, Kolkata, Mumbai and Chennai. Yes, the correct answer is option A, that is New Delhi. Moving to the next news, 26 June, International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking is observed every year to strengthen the actions and cooperation in achieving an international society which is free of drug abuse. And UN General Assembly on 7 December 1987 adopted a resolution to observe this day on 26 June. This year, that is in 2020, the day aims to improve the understanding of the world drug problem and how better knowledge can boost international cooperation in dealing with the impact of this drug problem on health, governance and as well as society. Therefore, the theme is for 2020, it is better knowledge for better care. And according to the latest World Drug Report, that is World Drug Report 2020, around 269 million people use drugs worldwide in 2018, which is 30% more than in 2009. So we can understand that this drug has become a problem for everyone. Worldwide it is a problem. It is not only impact on a particular society or the health of an individual, but as a whole on the governance also it creates many challenges. Now the question part, on which day is the International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illegal Trafficking celebrated every year? 20 June, 26 June, 22 July and 30 June. What will be the correct answer? Comment quickly. Yes, the correct answer will be option B, that is 26 June. And every year on 20 June, World Refugee Day is celebrated. Moving to the next news. Best performing states awarded under the National TB Eradication Program 2019. During the release of annual TB report, which we discussed yesterday, that Dr. Harshvardhan, our health minister, released annual TB report 2020, and during the occasion, the states which performed best under the National TB Eradication Program 2019, they were honored, they were awarded. And there are three basic categories, that is small states, for which the population should be less than 50 lakh. So in this category, Nagaland and Tripura have been awarded for the best performance. Then next is large states having population more than 50 lakh. Under this, Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh and Himachal Pradesh were honored. And among the union territories, Dadar and Nagar Haveli and Daman Diu have been voted the best performers. Now let's see the question. Which of the following states was awarded the best performance in the large states category under the National TB Eradication Program of 2019? Gujarat, Karnataka, Bihar and Assam. So quickly comment the correct answer. What will be the correct answer? Yes, option A, Gujarat. Moving to the next news. Kerala-based Saatchi has launched Corona Kit, and this Saatchi is a company, and it is based in Thiruvananthapuram. It has launched a Corona Kit which includes 2 cloth masks. You can see that. A pair of cloth gloves, ear protectors, mask size adjuster, a colored string pouch, a Corona key shape structure. You can see that. So that you can avoid tactile surfaces, like if you are going in a lift, then you don't need to press the button using your fingers or hands. You just have to use this key and you can go anywhere. You can switch on the button. And a cloth towel items are packed in one packet. This is a cloth towel. So products such as mask and gloves, these are mainly stitched by women living in and around Vanjara Modu on the outskirts of the city, which has also given them employment. So basically this COVID-19 is also creating an opportunity not only for small industries but also big enterprises. So let's see how many people can take advantage of this opportunity. And also if a person opts for an entrepreneurship, then they provide employment to many people which are in need. Moving to the question part, recently in which state Saatchi has launched Corona Kit? Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, Tamil Nadu and Kerala. So what will be the correct answer? Yes, the correct answer will be option D, that is Kerala. Moving to the next news. 10 lakh crore rupees will be given to the panchayats in the country by 2026. Recently, Ministry of Panchayati Raj, they have decided that under the 15th Finance Commission, these panchayats will be given rupees 10 lakh crore by 2026, which is 5 times more than what was allocated under 14th Finance Commission. So under 14th Finance Commission, 2 lakh crores were allocated, and now under the 15th Finance Commission, rupees 10 lakh crores will be allocated to the panchayats. And it is worth noting that allocations made to panchayats, they tripled between 13th and 14th commissions. This allocation, it will be used for the following tasks. First is the road construction and maintenance, drinking water supply and major panchayat projects. So the fund which has been allocated, it will be used for road construction and maintenance, drinking water supply and major panchayat projects. According to the 11th schedule of the constitution, which is related to panchayats, there are 2.63 lakh panchayats across the country which have 29 types of functions. Now comment quickly that 12th schedule is related to, tell me quickly. 11th schedule is related to panchayats and 12th schedule is related to, yes, it is related to municipalities. The responsibilities of panchayats have increased, as we all know that many migrant laborers have returned to their states, and it is the responsibility of panchayat to provide them employment. So for that, their responsibility have been increased, and therefore the allocation has been increased to 5 times. Now the question for you guys: which of the following statements is true regarding allocation of funds to panchayats? So the statements are: first is 10 lakh crore rupees will be given to the panchayats in the country by 2026. Next is the allocations made to the panchayats tripled between the 13th and 14th commissions. So comment quickly what will be the correct answer. 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, and none of these. Yes, the correct answer is option C, that is both 1 and 2. And 15th Finance Commission, comment quickly who is the chairman of 15th Finance Commission. Before that, tell me, the Finance Commission, is it a constitutional body or a non-constitutional body? Comment quickly. Yes, it is a constitutional body. And the chairman of 15th Finance Commission is N.K. Singh. Moving to the next news, the foundation of first Hindu temple in Islamabad was laid, and this is the first Hindu temple in Islamabad. It will be built on a plot of 20,000 square feet. The temple has been named as Shri Krishna Mandir, and there will be a cremation ground in the temple complex apart from separate structure for other religious rites. Islamabad and its surrounding areas had several temple structures dating back to 1947, including the Saidpur village and the hilly region above the Korang river near the Rawal lake. However, they have been abandoned and are not in use. Now the question for you: recently in which country's capital has the foundation of the first Hindu temple been laid? Comment quickly the correct answer. Kuwait, Bahrain, Pakistan and Bangladesh. So tell me what will be the correct answer. Yes, the correct answer will be option C, that is Pakistan. Now let's see the next news. The world's fastest supercomputer Fugaku has been developed by Japan, and it will be ready for launch by April 2021. And this supercomputer has been jointly developed by RIKEN and Fujitsu Limited. And this supercomputer has recently topped a supercomputing benchmarking index in the top 500 list. And in this list, first place is occupied by Japan supercomputer, second place is occupied by China supercomputer, followed by US supercomputer, third and fourth position, and again on fifth position there is a Chinese supercomputer. So we can see that among the top 5 there are 2 supercomputers from US and 2 from China. In terms of processing speed, this supercomputer Fugaku, it is ahead of China supercomputer Sunway Taiyu Light, and it has secured, of course, second position. Fugaku has also topped the list of supercomputers ranked based on their performance capabilities for tasks completed using AI applications. So, which are the supercomputers which appeared in top 500 from India? So, one was Pratyush, it ranked 67th, and another was Mihir, which ranked 120th. So these are the 2 major supercomputers of India which were ranked in this top 500 list, and Pratyush is the fastest supercomputer of India, and it is installed in Pune. That is Indian Institute of Meteorology, Pune. This Pratyush has been installed. Now the question part. Recently, which country has developed world's fastest supercomputer Fugaku? Japan, China, USA and France. So what will be the correct answer, guys? Comment quickly. Very easy. Yes, the correct answer is option A, that is Japan. So friends, here we have comprehensively covered daily current affairs of 27 June and related questions. I hope you like this session and you are daily following it. Keep following the session. Like the video, share it as much as you can, and if you have any doubt, you can mention that in comment box, and keep preparing well. All the best. Thank you so much.